Hello everybody, welcome back to another Code 1 to Memories. This quite possibly might be the last video. There might be another one after, but probably the last couple of videos here. We don't have our DAS machine with us anymore, so we technically can't even save our game at this point, so that makes me think we're probably going to be getting to the end soon. So we're just going to continue on through the cave here, make our way through. See where it leads us. You know, Ashley, I was thinking, yeah, about what? Your voice. What about it? It sounds a lot like your mother's. Really? Thanks, Dad. It makes me happy to think that. Hey, Dad. When I was little, what was I like? Well, to be honest, you were a crybaby. Crybaby? I don't believe that. You followed your mom everywhere she went, like a little shadow. As soon as you lost sight of her, you would start crying. Oh yeah, ha ha ha. What is it? I just remembered something funny that happened. Well, don't keep it to yourself. What was it? If I recall correctly, you were about 2 years old. Your mother was out and you and I were alone at home. As soon as she left, you turned into the world's saddest baby. I tried everything, but you wouldn't stop crying. Then I discovered that if I threw you up in the air, you would stop. You looked me right in the eye and you laughed and laughed. I didn't want you to start crying again, so I kept on throwing you up in the air. By the time your mother came home, I was the one who was crying. My arms are about to fall off from all the effort. Haha, serves you right for calling me a crybaby. Just have to laugh when I think back to that time. You were the cutest baby in the whole world. Okay. One thing that can be said for these sing games is they tend to not spell any words incorrect or use words incorrectly at all. Which is very cool to see. Some of the dialogue and the delivery is a little weird, but at least they spell things right, you know. Sign of quality. Hey. There's a shoe on the floor. It looks like Dee's shoe. Dee, who's that? A friend of mine. A friend. I got Dee's other shoe. Ashley. Dee. I remember now. After I collapsed, I took my shoes off because my feet hurt. Holding the shoes that my father had bought for me, I walked towards the back of the cave. It was dark and lonely, but I had this feeling that my father might be back there. So I walked to the end. Why was your shoe here? Because my Uncle Henry came here. Then what happened? When I saw him, I was so scared that I dropped my shoe. I started running again. I thought I had to run or he would shoot me. He would shoot you? I thought he would shoot me like he shot my father. I heard my father and uncle talking in the Silver Bird room. Come on, Henry, give it a rest. What belonged to our grandfather is rightfully mine now. I already told you, Thomas, he had no assets left. Lies, you just want to keep it all for yourself. If you won't help me change his will, you leave me no choice. The story will be you were so distraught over grandfather's death that you killed yourself with this gun. A tragic story, don't you think? You could never shoot me. You don't have it in you. You lost your arm because you couldn't shoot during the war. Thomas. What are you doing? Henry, why? That's right, my uncle had said to my father beforehand, do you want the money so badly that you would do this? Thomas, I don't know you anymore. You're a different person. Then he had taken the gun from my father's hand. He took it from him. And what he did to my father. D. Ashley, are you okay? Dad, what is it? What do you know about the Edward family? I mean, before Bill's time. I know a little bit about them. What do you know? It's not easy to just sum them up from what they left behind here. I'm the most captivated by Henry, who painted the portraits. Why? Actually, I'd seen some of his work before I came to this island. Where? At a small gallery in Manhattan, one painting really stood out. What was it like? It was a beautiful watercolor of a young boy and girl. I fell in love with that painting, but I didn't have the money to buy it. So I used to go to the gallery every day just to look at it. The owner of the gallery once told me the artist's story. Tell me. The artist had lost his right arm during the Second World War. That was his dominant arm, so he gave up on painting for a while. However, because of his gift and the encouragement of his family, he was able to take the talent he had in his right hand and transferred it to his left. Amazingly, he was still able to paint. This piece of art was once he created after his comeback. However, just as he seemed to be putting his life back together, having created a few new pieces, he suddenly blank. That's the story I heard. So when I came here and learned that Henry was that very artist, I was shocked to read the writings he left behind. But even after reading what he wrote before his death, I still don't know exactly what happened to Thomas and Daniel. I guess that will always remain a mystery. Hello. Bill is waiting for us. Bill. Richard. Why? Why did you do such a thing? I was doing a test run on another. It was a success. Congratulations, Richard. Okay. Let me check something here. Just a moment. Bear with me. So I think at this point we have collected all of the items. Kind of like to check. Oh yeah, I don't have my machine anymore. Crap. But I'm looking at the list here on the guide walkthrough, and we did. We collected. The shoe that we just picked up is obviously the matching shoe. We can't look at it because we don't have the DAS anymore, but it's the last item that we could find. So I just wanted to confirm that. Okay, let's continue. That's cool. We got everything we were supposed to find. Early in the game, I almost missed that photo of Sayoko, Ashley's mother, that was in the lab coat in that porter's room, whatever they called it. I almost missed that one, which I definitely wouldn't be able to go back and get now, but we did find it. All right. Why did you lie to me? Why did you pretend to be my dad? Ashley, I got to witness a girl's reunion with her father after having been separated for 11 years. I was acting at first, but after looking into your earnest eyes, I could feel my heart warm to you. Bill? Ashley, you have your mother's eyes. When I saw those eyes, I wanted to be your father, even if it was only for a short while. You're a horrible person, Bill. Horrible? Yes, you are. You lied to me. You did horrible things to the people closest to you. Closest to me? You heard me. Dad and Jessica are your friends. How could you treat your friends that way? Ashley, you're wrong. What do you mean I'm wrong? Richard and Jessica are no longer my friends. But they were. Ashley, adult relationships are very complicated. Sometimes the closer you are to someone, the more it hurts. When things go wrong, so, is that why you hurt Jessica and manipulated Dad's memory? Bill. Let me take a sip of drink before I continue. Okay. About Jessica. But why? Why did you do that to Jessica? I really didn't plan it that way. I didn't think that I would see her face. Jessica knew about you. So yes, that's right. Richard. It seems that you hadn't told Jessica about me. That was what we agreed on, wasn't it? Yes, I suppose it was. Ashley, listen to me. I wasn't planning on hurting her. That's not why I did it. I wanted to be your father, and she was in the way. But why? Why did you want to be my father? Ashley, I needed you for the activation of another two. Manipulating the memory. Why did you rewrite Dad's memory? I have already explained that to you. I was just taking another for a test drive. No, you're lying. You wanted to make Dad believe that he had killed Mom. Why would you think that? It's all becoming clear how very convenient for you if Dad did it. Convenient for me, what do you mean by that? I mean, what are you saying? Are you saying that I am the one who killed your mother? You're a bad little girl, Ashley. To accuse someone of such a heinous crime without any proof. Richard, did you fill her mind with all this poison? Stop it, Bill. Don't talk to her like that. Ah. Who knew you were capable of speaking such fatherly words? I suppose it's like riding a bicycle. You never forget how to be a dad, even if you've abandoned your child for 11 years. Another two. What do you mean you needed me for activating another two? Ashley, your father wanted to complete his research and create another. He got financial grants from third parties and continued to develop it. However, he wanted to keep part of another all for himself. He managed to do this by implanting the biometric data of his own daughter into the system for another two. I came here after receiving word that another was complete. On the way, I checked his notes on the lab PC and discovered all of this. Bill. Ashley, your father is the horrible one. He pretended to be my friend, but then he stabbed me in the back. That is why we aren't friends anymore. Mom's murderer. Bill, do you know who my mom's murderer is? Can you handle the truth? Yes, I can. The person who killed your mom was, or has, still not been caught. The authorities have no evidence. However, one person did see your mother's murder. There was one witness. Who was it? Bill, stop. The girl wants to know, Richard. Who was it? Who saw my mom getting killed? Ashley, that person was... you. What? Ashley, don't listen to a thing he says. Dad, what happened to your mom? You don't have to think about that anymore. Dad. Richard, why do you always do that? What do you mean? You ignore the truth and see only what you want to see. You saw it all, Ashley. You saw the shooting. You saw your mother draw her last breath. Stop talking about Sayoko like that. Why? Don't you want Ashley to know the truth? I don't want to make her relive these tragedies. Ha! Bill. That day 11 years ago when Sayoko lost her life, Ashley suffered amnesia from the shock of what she'd seen. All she would do when she saw my face was cry. I was at a loss. You came to me and told me of the research you were doing here. Dad. Bill. There was a reason I didn't tell you. I was working on developing another too. I'm sure you've guessed it. Yes, Richard. Please entertain us. I didn't tell you because I wanted to replay Ashley's memory of that night using another two to find Sayoko's killer. And after I found the killer, I wanted to remove Ashley's negative memory with another one and replace it with a different one. I get it now. That's right, Ashley. Stop it. What? Stop. Just stop the caring father act. What are you talking about? Am I mistaken? Let me see if I got this right. Driven by your sentimentality and memories of the past, you spent the last 11 years lying to me. Bill. Richard, you must be the biggest idiot alive. You knew how to develop another, but you didn't know how to use it. How to use another? Bill, what do you mean? You don't know what it can be used for. Well, let me tell you. You can use another to manipulate a person's memories. Using it, you can develop the reality that you envision. No. I didn't create another to be used like that. Not at all. Bill, you should really understand this more than anyone. I developed another to help people. Oh, please, Richard. I'm really starting to tire of that holier-than-thou attitude of yours. Another is mine, and I will decide how it is used. No. Come on, I'm the one who footed the bill for this research. Richard, I am the one who should benefit from the results. Bill, you told me yourself that another was meant to help mankind. I thought that was why I was working here. Those are pretty lofty words, and here I was thinking it was just your inability to cope that caused you to abandon Ashley. I thought it was your weakness that made you hide from reality, not your grand goals for humanity. For 11 years, you reveled in your solitude and research, never thinking of the cost to your own daughter. You enjoyed it. And you call yourself a man. However, this is why I hired you, Bill. Another is complete. Richard, I have no further use for you. Bill, you can't use another that way. I won't let you. Richard, don't move. Bill, what are you doing? Ashley, though you've only just met, it's time to say goodbye to your dad. Wait. I have to tell Dad something. Please let me tell him. Who killed Mum? Ashley, I don't think you have anything to say to Richard. You said you didn't remember the face of your mother's killer. But you said that I saw it. You said that I am the only person who saw my mom's killer. Dad worked so hard to create another, to find Mom's killer. That's why I need to tell him. Even without using another. Without using another. I just need to remember. I just need to remember and tell my dad. All right, Ashley, just for you, I'll give you a little more time before I pull the trigger. Oh no, we're going to get questioned. Now, Ashley, let's see if you can remember that night your mother was killed. But just out of curiosity, the night your mother died, what happened when you were with her? Someone came in. Who came in? I remember waiting for Dad with Mom. Suddenly, we heard footsteps. Mom realized that someone was in the house. Sayoko realized that someone was in the house. What happened then? She called Dad. She hid me in the wardrobe. I think she hid her in the wardrobe, didn't she? Yeah. Did she hide you in the wardrobe? Mom told me to be completely silent, as quiet as a mouse. She opened the wardrobe and hid me inside. Hey, Richard. Ashley's starting to remember. Does that make you happy? Bill. I'm only keeping you alive now as long as she keeps talking. Ashley. So what else do you remember? The more you remember, the harder it will be. I know that. Are you sure? Yes. Ashley, you replayed your dad's memory using another. Yes. How did you replay it? I used the white DAS card to replay his current memory. Then I used the red DAS card to replay his true memory. Ashley, how do you know that the red DAS card was his true memory? Because my dad said so. Ashley, is that so? What if your father was lying to you? He does tend to only see what he wants to see. What if the memory you replayed with the white DAS card was real? Bill, what are you saying? Dad. Ashley, Bill's lying. Hehehe. What if the killer's face you remember is that of your father? What then? Ashley, with your father in mind, try to recall what happened that night. When you were hiding in the wardrobe, what happened? Think she heard her mom screaming because she got attacked. Did you hear Sayoko's voice? Yes, I heard my mom's voice. What did Sayoko say? What did you hear? Probably you can't have another. So she wouldn't give up another. Did she say that? Yes, Mom said she wouldn't hand another over. That's what she said. Okay, so far so good. Bill, don't. You can still end this. Drop the gun. Richard, we're close to the climax now. Soon you will know what it is. You wanted to know. Dad. However, as soon as you hear it, your life will end. Ashley, take your time remembering the rest. This is the important part. Did you hear something after you heard your mom's voice? We heard a gunshot. Go on. I heard something scary, something I'd never heard before. Ashley, what did you do? I looked out of the wardrobe, and what did you see? I saw... Yes, I saw it. I saw the face of the person who killed my mother. Oh no. All of a sudden, what I saw from the inside of that wardrobe, it starts to appear like a photograph developing. I see a shoulder, then a wisp of hair, then a pair of stony eyes. I close my eyes to sharpen the image in my mind. Hey, that face belongs to... It's Bill, because of the hair. It's got long hair. Ashley, when you looked out of the wardrobe, who did you see? It was... It was you. Bill, you did it. Bill, why would you? How could you? Richard, didn't you suspect anything? How could I? You were my friend. What was it you weren't able to ask me 11 years ago? You mentioned it in your memo. That's not what I wanted to ask you. Why did you kill Sayoko? Answer me. Why did you kill her? Sayoko. She betrayed us. Us? What do you mean, us? Richard, you are telling me you didn't know. Sayoko was one of us. What? Another was developed in the government's secret lab. Sayoko and I were the main driving forces in the project's progress. It was just the two of us. Then we selected you to join us. But just as the project started to take off, Sayoko betrayed me. She took up with you. The two of you stole another essay and hid it in your house. That night, before I went over to your house, I begged her, Sayoko, please return the essay and come back to the project. She wouldn't listen. I didn't want to hurt her. But She had impeded the progress of our project. So I made her listen. I shot Sayoko. Stop. Hey, who are you? Answer me. Stop. You're making Franny cry. Bill. Richard. Dad? Why? Why did he fall all of a sudden? He seemed to see something. I don't know. Oh, Bill. Dad. Are you okay, Ashley? Yes. How about you, Dad? I'm shaken, but I guess I'm okay. Ashley, that was a horrible thing for you to see. I'm a terrible father. I'm so sorry I got you wrapped up in all of this. Ashley, please forgive me. My heart hurts. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to say to you now. Oh yeah. I know this feeling. I felt it before. On the night that Mum died. Yeah, on that night. He was close by me too. Dad. Does your heart hurt too? Oh, Ashley. Dad. You aren't feeling well. Not really, no. There's something that I want to ask you. What's that? That thing that you weren't able to ask 11 years ago. What you weren't able to ask Bill. What was it? Did you think that Bill was the person who killed Mom? No. I never suspected that, not even for a second. 11 years ago, after your mother's funeral, I saw it. Bill visited Sayoko's grave alone with a bouquet of white flowers. He stood there at her grave for a long time. It felt like all day. He had a stricken look on his face. He looked like he had lost the love of his life. He was suffering like no one should have to. Ashley, I don't know if this is something I should be telling you, but I will. What I wanted to ask Bill all of those years ago was, if he was in love with your mother. I'm sorry to have told you all this. No, I needed to know. You told me the truth, and for that I'm grateful. I'm going to go and get Jessica. Okay. Cross this bridge to get to the bay. I'll be back soon. Just wait for me. There. Okay. Alright, we're back. Guys, we'll actually stop this video here. I'm not going to be able to quite get to the end of the game, but we will on the next video, I'm sure. So thank you very, very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next part. Bye.